Alright guys, in this video I want to talk about a certain problem that you could face in pig farming, which is very important we discuss about, because right on this channel one of the things we want to always ensure we bring to you is solutions to problems that you could encounter in pig farming. We are here to give to you lots of great content on profitable pig farming from our experience, from the experience we have amassed, and all we know. We want to find a way to disclose this to several pig farmers out there so that you also can have a profitable pig farm. Now in this video we'll be talking about why your weaned piglets don't eat after you wean them and why they lose weight. If you have been into pig farming for a while, some of the experience you could have is what we're talking about in this video. When you wean your pig and after weaning them, you notice that they don't tend to eat the food you're giving them. And one thing that will always happen if your weaned piglets don't eat is that they will lose weight quite quickly. And if they lose weight for so long without any check on that, they could die. It could lead to their mortality. So it's the reason why you need to be aware of this if you are just getting into pig farming, or if you've not experienced it before, so that you will know how to tackle the situation. So in this video we'll be listing 3 different reasons why your weaned piglet could not eat, may decide not to eat whatever food you're giving it. Number 1 is the stress from separation. Now after your pregnant pig delivers, you hold the piglets with the pregnant pigs for the space of about 6 weeks. Some people could do it for 5 weeks, some actually do it for 4 weeks, but probably let me say the maximum of 6 weeks you hold on to your piglet. So they are with their mother for that 6 weeks. They're used to their mother, they enjoy their mother's companionship, and they love to always be with their mom. And then after a while you pick them out from their mom and then you take them to a new environment which they are not used to. This could lead to loss of appetite, and mostly due to emotion, because I want you to know that they are animals and they also have emotions. So they could be sad, they could be hungry, they could be nervous and whatever. So one of the things that you can do in situations like that is to ensure you make sure the environment you are bringing them into is going to be quite comfortable for them, and everything that we'll be talking about in this video, also you make sure those things are in check, so that once they get to their new environment, if it's comfortable and if every other thing is perfectly done well, they would not be they won't miss their mom as much, because just as you can notice, the next thing we'll be talking about is their feed. One thing that will always happen, not just to animals alone but even human beings, is the presence of good food seems to take away a lot of sorrow away. You know, most of the time when, just as a digression, most of the time when you as an human being feels emotional, you don't feel very good, it could be as a result of food. I'm sure once you get a very nice dinner, you tend to lighten up and your mood gets better. So food makes a lot of difference, although environment also makes a lot of difference. Putting you in a nice environment, if you are in a stuffy if you're in a stuffy place that is not nice, that is not wholesome, it could affect your emotion. Same thing goes for these animals, and that's why you need to make sure that their environment is comfortable, so that the stress from separation will not be really felt. Now the next thing we'll be talking about is their feed. A sudden change in their diet could also be one of the reasons why your piglet may not eat as expected after weaning them. So after ensuring that their environment is comfortable, one of the things you need to ensure is also that their feed, you make sure you follow the right technique in changing them from their mother's milk to the solid diet you want to be giving them. Now one thing that, of course, this is one of the sudden change in their diet is a very important thing you need to pay attention to, because can you picture the piglets? They've been very used to taking their mother's milk, it has been very good for them, they enjoy it, it's sweet to them, and then suddenly you are winning them to something else, you know, that could also affect their appetite. But one thing you can do, which is particularly very important for ensuring that they are able to continue feeding right, is that once they are with their mom, one thing you should do is start introducing the crib feed. When I say the crib feed, that's the feed you give to the newly weaned pigs, which will be extremely very rich in protein. Make sure you start introducing the crib feed to them while with their mom, so they can feed on their mom's milk and also start picking the crib feed. So they are not going to you're not just going to change them from the milk and then you just take them off the milk and then you're bringing a solid food to them. So it's always very good that you introduce the crib feed to them while they are still with their mother, and this would be very possible if you ensure that the feeding trough where you'll be putting the feed of their mom or whatever feed, however you're feeding them, they have access to it. So don't make the feeding trough in a way where they can only the mom can only feed from it. Ensure that the mom can feed and then they also can feed. From 3 weeks of age, ensure you start giving the piglets you start introducing the crib feed for the piglets. After 3 weeks, you introduce it from 3 weeks to the 6 weeks before you wean them. Then after weaning them, the same crib feed now you are using for them, they're already very used to it. So it's not going to be a new thing to them. And make sure whatever crib feed you are using is quite palatable. That's another very important thing you need to pay attention to, because having a lot of people love to use the PKC alone for the crib feed, and giving your weaned piglets PKC is quite very not very palatable. So ensure you introduce feeds that they'll be very much interested in. We're talking about feeds like the broiler starter and all these other succulent feeds that they will be very much interested in. One thing you can do is to use the fish meal. The fish meal is extremely palatable for them. So if you notice that they are not feeding on the crib feed you're giving them, you can introduce the fish meal to their diet. Introducing the fish meal to their diet will give them an interest in the food, and when you feed them with that with the fish meal there, they tend to rush it, they smell it and they enjoy the smell, they want to eat a lot of it. Now, one other thing you can do with their feeding is to also give them plants. As you can see in this video, the pigs love plants a lot. Introduce plants to them so they can have the good sweet taste of plants. Like the plantain leaf, I've dropped lots of content on plants you can feed your animals with. The plantain leaf, the water leaf, those are plants that you can introduce to your piglets. Let them feed on it, let them enjoy it, and then you can also give them fruits like the watermelon, the pawpaw, and everything. That's immunity booster and also appetite booster for your piglets. So make sure that you give your weaned piglets palatable food. That will really help them. All right, the third and the last thing we'll be discussing that could be a result of your piglets not eating could be access to water, access to clean drinking water. I would advise that if you have an opportunity to make use of the nipple drinker, it is very important you make use of the nipple drinker in your pen. That will give them an unlimited access to clean drinking water, which is extremely important. If you have raised these animals at all, one thing you would have noticed is that if they don't have access to water, they don't eat much. For instance, if you give them a lot of beautiful, wonderful, nice meal and you don't give them water, they would only eat some part of it, and that's all. They won't feed so much on it. But once you introduce the water to them, they'll drink the water and then come back to the feed. So the drinking water boosts their appetite for food, so they can eat more when you give them good and adequate drinking water. So that's what I would say, that ensure you have very clean source of water given to your piglets, and follow every other thing I've talked about in this video. You will be able to curb the issue of them not eating and them losing weight. So I really hope this video has helped you. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up, and you can check out our other videos, and you can also stay updated. We'll be bringing a lot of great content on profitable pig farming. All right guys, bye bye.